All right, welcome to Gordon's Garage again. This is a 1972 Ford Thunderbird. And Thunderbird is a very popular model of Ford, but not this Thunderbird. You don't ever see these anymore. This thing is in really nice condition. I've already got it in here on the lift. We did drive it here. And it does run pretty good. It's got some exhaust leaks and things like that, broken manifold bolts. But a customer wants to do an engine job in it. So we are just about to put this thing up on the lift and pull the engine out. Get it to our machine shop that we use and let them go through it. It is a 429, I believe. We'll get an engine in this thing and do a good test drive on it. That ought to be a lot of fun. Yeah, this thing just smells like old car. It don't stink. It's just got that old, I guess probably vinyl, not leather, but it's just got that old car smell. The door's shut perfectly. Man, this thing has sit somewhere for a long time without being used. Let's get up under the hood. Oh boy, that's a heavy hood. Yeah, 429, 4-barrel. And again, this is supposed to be a 1972. I haven't run the VINs on it. You know how bad I am about finding out the years of these things. I'll misquote a year in a heartbeat, but that's what it's supposed to be, is a 72. I could get the registration out and verify that, but for now, we'll call it a 1972. I'm getting ready to raise it on the lift. We'll get under it and see what we're getting into. This is going to be a real heavy engine. Let me get my light. Someone's already been messing with it. They've put a new coil on it, new ignition coil. It's got some new hoses and clamps and things like that. Looks like we got a little oil leak going on right there. Probably the distributor housing gasket. But this thing's been taken care of and everything's in place. Nobody's been changing and modifying things. There's no hackery going on. So that's good. That's always a good thing. All right, so we're up under the Thunderbird. Looks like somebody's had a new oil filter on it, a brand new fuel pump. Somebody has replaced the timing cover on it. Look at that brand new timing cover. Nice. But it's a oil leaker. See, it's leaking some oil. Yeah, it's bad, but we'll get all that taken care of and fixed. Somebody has put new spark plugs in it. Somebody's done some work to it. They put new brake lines on the front calipers, both sides. That's good. Working on the drivability. This thing leans real bad on the left side. And I bet you, here's my thoughts, is that exhaust is so close to that coil spring. It's probably heated that spring up over the years and made it sag. It's the only thing I can. All right, so someone has replaced the factory carburetor with an Edelbrock. I mean, that's a good move in my opinion. They do make a good tunable carburetor, and they just work. So I don't know. I'm sure it was a Motorcraft or a Holly on here from the factory. Got something here that's broken. Not sure what that was supposed to go to. Yeah, so we get the air breather off of there, and we start seeing a little more of the truth, don't we? Still not bad though. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so we are in the beginning stages of snatching this 429 out. We've got power steering loose. I'll usually take those units loose and just lay them aside. That air conditioning compressor is a monster. We'll get it loose and leave it laying in the vehicle. I mean, look at that bracket, the size of that thing. That bracket probably weighs as much as the engine does. But it's just a process of getting everything loose. All right, we've got her on the hook. Had to put our extension in because this bumper's so long, the hoist was hitting the bumper. So now we're gonna yank her out of there. Get my tripod up in the house. Maybe we can just set the phone right there and it'll stay. What do you think? Will it? All right, so we're trying to pull the engine out without pulling the hood and without pulling the radiator. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. This one heavy dude. I think it might. We're starting to hit the insulation. I don't want to tear that insulation up, so maybe push that hood up. Push the hood up while I'm okay. Just that we can get it pulled a little further here. Now we can go a little higher now. Just kind of force it if you have to, because it's about to clear. I think we're gonna get it. All right, so here we are. We did get it out of the car, and we're tearing it down now, getting all the accessories off of it. We'll get it down to bare block and heads and get it to the engine shop so they can rebuild it. All right, there she is, 429. Tore down to bare block and heads, ready to go to the engine shop. That's what we're gonna do now, load it in the back of the little truck and take it over there, and they'll probably be a couple weeks building it before we can put it back in. right, so we got this 429 for the T-Bird on the stand, getting ready to put all the accessories on it. Your gasket kit here. We've got new exhaust manifolds, exhaust bolts. Got oil pump screen, all our new oil, filter, thermostat, fuel filter, oil filter. Got Carlo over there cleaning the parts. All right, we've got this 429 put together. Got it all timed up and all the covers put on it. And it looks pretty good. It'll look real good when it's sitting in the Thunderbird. So tomorrow is New Year's Day. We probably won't work tomorrow, maybe a little bit. This needs to be done though. We have to get it done and get it delivered to the customer. They're wanting it. I'm excited about it. Brand new manifolds, exhaust. She's heavy though. She's bouncing on this she's bouncy on that engine stand. I know, like, that engine stand's really not heavy enough for that, but I mean, she's hanging on. 429 going in the 72 Thunderbird. We've got it over the nose of the car, which is the most dangerous part, because we don't want to mess that nose up for sure. You can't find it anymore. So if it did happen to fall now, it's just going to fall on the frame. All right, so we'll just continue to inch it down into its home. This mounts low, but I think this can actually stay up here. Get it in, get that out of the way. Push back a little bit. Closer to its mate. This thing fall off the lineup pin. Sitting on a torque converter?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, now it's off. Just keep it right off of that torque converter again. We cleared it that time, didn't we?
Yes, sir. Double bang for yourself.
Will it just, let me see this side. Okay, the mount is on that side real close. Let me see if we can just, it ain't on the radiator or nothing, is it?
No. I was just looking to see if
All right, we've got our engine in. Got it bolted to the transmission. Carlo's under here putting his engine mount bolts in. Hopefully we'll have it to a point where we can crank it up later, a little bit later today. Okay, so 72 Thunderbird, we do have the engine in. Everything is hooked up. We've got a little coolant in it. Got the battery charging over here. I've squirted a little fuel in the carburetor. We're gonna see if she'll fire up. Here we go. I'm gonna squirt a little fuel in the carburetor. And we'll see if she'll fire up. Get that choke set. First try. First try. Well, exhaust leaks it don't sound like. It sounds good. Get us a light over here down in this radiator. That's the common real close to like 27. There she is, 429 running. We had the timing already set real close. I know we did because I advanced our marks 14 degrees and set the distributor on number 1. Oh yeah, she's already running. Noise, but we do have to break that cam in, so we got to be careful. Stresses me out to do that. Another 10 minutes. It just stresses me out. Where are we at? Maybe just initially, I just want to see if it'll pull the level kind of down. It's lower, look, thermostat lower. All right, we are in the Thunderbird. She is running. We're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna take her down the road. Brand new 429. Rolling out of the shop. This was high class back in 1972, huh? That was the stuff. The stuff. There's Kim. Yeah, we probably need to put some PS fluid in it when we get back. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to put some power steering fluid in her when she gets back. We get her back home. Oh, andale! Man, this thing is long. It's a little quieter than when you drove it here. Is it? Oh yeah, here we go. Second gear. Oh yeah, this thing cruises. Hood's like a mile long. Doing 60. Get it out on the parkway, we'll test the passing gear. Oh yeah, this thing better than a Cadillac, ain't it? The brakes feel good. They didn't have traffic circles in 1972, did they? Got a little exhaust clicking under there. We'll get it up on the lift and see if one of those donuts are clicking a little bit. All right, so we did take the 1972 Thunderbird for a good test drive. We came back and we had a transmission leak. One of the transmission lines over the years had rubbed a little hole in it against the oil pan, so we repaired that. And we had the timing just a little bit too high, the ignition timing. We've got the ignition timing right now. Had an exhaust leak on one of the new donuts, so had to get that a little bit tighter. And right now we're just letting it run. It's not overheating. It's running about 190 degrees. I mean, this good, nice running engine. Yeah, they'll be able to really enjoy this car for quite some time more, probably. It's fun to drive. Let's cut her off and see how she sounds cranking her back up. Yep, perfect. That's what I'm gonna just let her sit overnight. Do a cold start on it in the morning. And just let her go back to its owner. All right, guys, thanks for watching Gordon's Garage. We'll try to keep some more content coming y'all's way. All right, so we gave her a good drive yesterday. We came back, we had a transmission leak where the line wraps around the oil pan and we had to repair that. I think I've already said that. I'm gonna just check my fluid levels this morning. It has sit overnight. It's pretty cold today, so I'm gonna do a cold start on it. See how well it starts cold, but I'm gonna check all my fluid levels before we get to going here. I see that's peeling off. Didn't take that long to start peeling. But also just kind of look over everything and make sure I don't have anything loose or any wires hanging on the exhaust or anything out of place. I always make sure all that everything's in order. It does seem to be in order. I don't look like I've got any leaks going on up here, any kind of coolant leaks. All right, so I'm gonna top that coolant off, and then we'll cold start it and go for another drive. Okay, so we are in the cabin. We'll cold start this thing. There's set the choke. Pump that few squirts of gas in the carburetor. And she just fired right up. Uh-oh. Couple of pumps. We'll let her warm up a little bit. Can't really expect it to start as good as a fuel injected car, but that started pretty good actually. Pretty good. All right, so we're up under this girl while she's running. So we are in the 72, riding down Annapolis Parkway. Go ahead and turn left here. And she's running good. Daughter's driving it. It's her first experience in something like this. She's used to driving a WRX. You want to be on my YouTube? Huh? All right, we're still riding around in this Thunderbird. It's doing good. No problems yet, besides yesterday. This time, Jarrett's driving it. Jessica didn't want to be on my YouTube. She hit her face. But these, well, even me. This car's a 1972. I was born in 1972. So I haven't had much driving around in cars like this. I rode in cars like this. Jarrett, these kids this age have never been in anything like this. This thing rides super, super nice. It rides better than anything new. I'm up here and put some fuel in this thing. And just driving this thing around, man, I'm getting all kind of looks and thumbs up and comments. I mean, you just don't ever see a 1972 Thunderbird. I mean, it is really making me think I want to go hunt me one down. Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure putting this engine in and getting this car back together. And for these people, I'm sure they're going to enjoy it. And we appreciate y'all watching our channel. All right, so we are again 72 Ford Thunderbird, just test driving this thing. I'm driving it now. I let my kids drive it as we were, or as I was test driving. I let my son and my daughter drive it. Just, you know, it's fun to see the new generation. They're in their 20s, early 20s. It's fun to see them drive something like this. It's, you know, they've never been in something like this old and this classy, and they love it. I guarantee you they'll be on Marketplace now hunting big Fords and Cadillacs and stuff. It's December, no it ain't, it's January, it's 2025, January. We've kind of taken a little break off of YouTube for a few months. No real reason, just besides we've been just busy and slammed full of engine jobs, just the regular normal type of engine jobs, and I've been collecting footage, so I've got a lot of videos that's going to be coming out. We're still lowering and putting old square bodies and old Chevy trucks together over at Scott's. I've got a lot of footage from there from 2024. I just haven't committed to sitting down and editing it all, so I'm gonna get busy on that here very shortly and start pumping out the videos again and the content for you guys to look at. I've had several of you ask what happened, why is there no videos coming out. Well, it's just been busy with life, busy with the holidays and this and that and the other. Just trying to pump out the engine jobs, and you just get tired. You don't feel like re-watching all the work that you just did. But it's a pleasure to do these jobs and to finish them and to be able to drive them and know that somebody else is going to get to enjoy this car. And I'm telling you, this would be one cool car to take to the cruise in and have at the cruise in, because nobody else is going to have a 1972 Ford Thunderbird. You're really not even going to see a Thunderbird, I don't care what year, but you're especially not going to see a 1972. So that's what I like, that's why I keep those Chevettes, because nobody else has Chevettes in our area, and that's what I like to see at the car shows and the cruise ins, is stuff that I don't usually see. All right then, we'll see y'all later.